so well. These go so well together. The quote of the day. So there are two ways you can live. You can devote your life to staying in your comfort zone, or you can work on your freedom. In other words, you can devote your whole life to the process of making sure everything fits within your limited model, or you can devote your life to freeing yourself from the limits of your model. The option and choice is yours. You get a choice in this. You get a say in this. What you do with it is totally up to you. How you deal with it is totally up to you. How you move with it is totally up to you. Absolutely, Joshua. We've not allowed ourselves to become comfortable with our own right. Because it's painful. It's painful to acknowledge that we may or may not have been right about a thing. That's painful. Herein lies the false solids. So if we're trying to live past crazy, right, then I've got to acknowledge this false solid, right? So you got to let go of your false solid. The second part of that is hiding within your struggle. If you're presenting this false solid and it's a struggle every day because you assume that's what you got to present to the world, there's a difference between you trying to change your life and presenting your best self and you living a lie and not presenting your best self and you honoring your limitations. There's a difference. It is a mindset shift, right? It is, which is the second thing, changing your attitude. I have no idea where my glasses are, Josh. Well, I can't see this screen because Facebook after like 5 minutes logs me out. And so all I see is a big white screen and the rest of it is gray. And all of y'all comments are in very dark gray. So I have to lean forward to see them. Because all I see right now is session expired. Yes, Miss Rivera, it is. It is powerful. It's powerful to admit that. When you acknowledge the thing that you are afraid of, you take your power back from it. I've learned that. When you acknowledge the thing that you're afraid of, you take your power back from it. That's where the shift happens. Absolutely. And it is me saying, I'm scared. I don't know the next step to do. I don't know what the right next thing is. It's me admitting that to say, okay, but I'm ready to take the next step. Then the shift happens. Now I have the second step, which is a change in attitude. And so the change in attitude is goes back to step number one, which is the thought. It's a thought process. How am I thinking? And how is that working out for me? And then we roll into the emotions and how we honor that. But letting go of the false solace, it's got to be part of it, right? It's got to be absolutely part of it. And then when it happens, when you have the change in your reality, when you stop letting go, when you let go of your false solace, right? When change begins to happen, you need to let it happen and not try to fix it, not try to hold on to it. Because sometimes things will start falling apart that need to fall apart. And you be like, wait a minute, but I've been knowing this forever. It can't fall apart now. And then you try to patch it back together and it's causing more damage. You need to let it happen. And as you let it happen, then you begin the growth. Then the growth process begins. Then you start to move away from what is into what can be. But we got to be willing to do the work. We got to be willing to acknowledge that thing, right? And if we don't, we're going to keep it in a circle that's going to just keep continuing, continuing, continuing. The circle's never going to end. The circle will never end. You will always present your false solids. It will always be a thing for you. It will always be an issue. You will find yourself, no matter the age, time, or space, doing the same thing over and over with the same people in the same place. A false solid. Now, if we want to be free, because we're living past crazy, right? You can devote your life to stay in your comfort zone, or you can work on your freedom. No one can give that to you but you. Mama can't. Jesus can't. And you can say, oh, Jesus can set me free. You first have to accept and acknowledge that you are free first. You may know the word, but knowledge known and not applied is no good knowledge. Because what good is it does what good does it do you to know it and not apply it? So you can use all the isms in any religion that you want. Grab one, choose one, honey. Put an ism there. But if you don't believe it, it's never so. If you don't accept it and make it part of your reality and let go of everything that's you assume that's false around you and focus on that one thing, it's not going to work. It's not. So on this most amazing day, it's going to be the most amazing day ever. I want us to let go of false solids. As we let go of false solids, right? The things that no longer serve us. Freedom does take work. Absolutely. At some point, you got to know you're worth it. It ain't got to be, listen, I want us all to win. You don't have to win like I say win. You ain't got to do like I say do. I'm simply offering suggestions. I want something to make you go, wait a minute, let me think about that thing. And you do that thing, okay? And as you do that thing, you can pick up something from somebody else. Miss Rivera has story time in the afternoons. Sometimes in the morning after she works out, take something from Miss Rivera. Sometimes Joshua has a inspirational post. Take something from Joshua. Honey, you make a smorgasbord of what fits you, what makes sense to you, what speaks to the truth that's inside of you. And then you begin to let go of the false solids little bit by little bit. Then you begin to rebuild and grow. As you let it go, you can now grow so that the circle stops. So we don't continue to do the same thing. And as we change our attitude, it becomes more realer to us every single day. You can devote your life to stay in your comfort zone, or you can work on your freedom. The choice is yours. I simply want you to win regardless. However you see fit to win that thing is how I want you to do it. You ain't got to win with me. I just want you to win, period. Okay? You can however you want to get it is however you want to get it. But we got to let go of those false solids. And a false solid says, JoJo, you've got to present this way because people think this way about you. You got to listen, friend. That false solid ain't serving you. And it ain't serving nobody. Listen, when I was a first lady twice, me living in that false sense of this is who I'm, the first lady, this is who I am, it served nobody. It did not serve me. It didn't serve that church person. Honey, it didn't matter. I was head of the usher board. It didn't matter that I was over the Buds of Prom. It didn't matter. None of that mattered because it was a false solid. And because I wasn't living in the true, authentic part of me, it wasn't an extension of me. Y'all with me? Because I wasn't true to who I was, it wasn't an extension of me. It didn't even represent who I was. Yeah, I was a nice person, but it didn't represent the true JoJo. It didn't represent that. I was too busy holding on to a false solid. I had built this world, built this life that I assumed everybody thought I should have. And here I am juggling, holding it, trying to hold it together. And it was not serving anybody, especially me. I cannot serve you. I cannot help you. I cannot be the only live past crazy specialist. I can't live fearless. I can't do any of the things. Y'all can't see the signs that's over there. I can't do any of the things if I'm not first authentic to JoJo first. Then everything, then the live past crazy specialist is an extension of me. Okay. Then it's part of me. Sister Rise Retreat. Well, I revitalize individual sacred energy. Don't forget, the retreat is coming up October the 15th through the 18th. bit.ly/Sister Rise. Grab your tickets and meet me in South Carolina next month. It's going to be an amazing time. I can't do that if I'm holding on to false solids. This has been a 17-year process. It has been ongoing. And the more I grow, the more I make room inside of myself for myself, the more capacity that I have to give. When I was if y'all were with me in Tampa in August, I had the capacity to give from a space that it took a long time to empty out. And so when I met people in Tampa in August, my capacity to hold and give was overwhelming. I had to do the process. And the more you let go of the false solids, the more you make room inside of you. Absolutely, Miss Rivera. Every day. Every day. And here's the thing. If I'm not my true authentic self, it won't stick. It won't stay. You'll find that you will find people who would, you be like, I thought they used to do that. But I thought they used to do that. It won't stick because it's a false solid. It was never meant to hold. So if we want to let go of false solids, we've got to stop hiding within our struggle. Friend, you've got to let go of that struggle story. Well, you know, I'm a single mother. Well, you know, I ain't got no money. Well, ain't no good job. Jojo, do you know where I live? Ain't no good jobs. Boo, didn't nobody staple your ass to that seat, that state, that county, that house, that home, that job, that relationship. Nobody stapled you and super glued and gorilla glued you to that spot that you cannot move. You are not a tree, honey. You can freely get up and walk around. Well, Jojo, I don't have the money to move right now, but friend, you can start to change your thought process and your reality by simply changing your mindset around this is a possibility. Oh, I don't like this job. What I can do is perhaps see what free classes is online, number one. Number two, I could ask somebody to mentor me. Number three, I could get on LinkedIn and look at all the free classes. Number four, I could ask somebody, can I watch what you do so I can learn it and then figure it out? And then you learn that skill and then you can market it somewhere else. Listen, I have had every excuse. I have used them all. I have done them all. I've been the single parent. I've been the domestic violence person. My husband almost killed me. I almost died 3 times. I lived in a shelter. I ate. People handed me food. I picked off pennies off the street. I used other people's underwear. I had no bras. I've done all the things. I've had every excuse you could possibly come up with. There wasn't no support system. My family was 400 miles away. I had no food. I didn't eat so the kids could eat. I've done all the things. And I'm telling you that if you begin to let go of that false solid, that this is the only way you can live, the minute that you begin to change your attitude that maybe that there's a possibility of something different, then, friend, the growth process happens. If you're not willing to admit that I've been holding on to this false solid, if you're not willing to let it fall down, let it all go to see what happens, it's going to, friend, your conversation will never stay. Your trauma relationships that you have, they will continue, okay? And those trauma relationships are the friends that you can call to say, hey, girl, I ain't got no money. Girl, me neither. Your trauma relationships is ain't no good men out here. Your trauma relationships is, fellas, ain't no good women out here. They only want me for my... Those traumas will continue. They will multiply. They will not stop. The quote of the day. There are 2 ways you can live. You can devote your life to staying in your comfort zone, or you can work on your freedom. In other words, you can devote your whole life to the process of making sure everything fits within your limited model, or you can devote your life to freeing yourself from the limits of your model. Absolutely. Good morning, Miss Teresa. Absolutely. Listen, I left. It may not have been ideal why I left, but thank God I left. And when I left, honey, the journey got hard as hell. Harder. And then when I left my ex-abuser, it really got hard. Living in a shelter with kids ain't fun. Staying with friends because you have nothing is hard. It's hard. Taking gas out your lawnmower to put it in your car so you can get to work is hard. Not eating and asking your co-workers, are you going to eat all your lunch so that you can eat for the day, so the food you have in the house, the kids can eat? It ain't fun. But when you let go of the false solace, this is what you'll understand. I don't care what I'm going through now. I'm not going back where I came from. I'm not going back that way. So this way is the only thing that matters. And this is where you hold hands with strangers. We talked about that. On this journey, you are not alone. You hold hands with strangers. These are the people, when you decide that you're going to begin this journey, because the journey is yours to take alone. But when you decide to say, wait a minute, I'm about to take this journey, then the rest of the people, everybody else will stand up and say, hey, JoJo, I got you. You can hold my hand through this part. Then this is the dark, unstretchable, unseenable part of the road. It does get better. It gets dark, but it gets harder. Go back to my journal entry to myself, April 2020. JoJo, why are you afraid of why are you so comfortable in the darkness? Because I was afraid of the brightness of my light. And some of us, we're comfortable with our trauma story, with living and doing what we're doing, because if at any moment we look at the reality of where and who we are and what we can do, it overwhelms us, it scares us. And nobody has taught us how to harness that power, how to understand that it's sacred, to know that you can use it and that you can move past your crazy, honey, that you can live past crazy. Nobody taught us that. So you assume you got to stay there in your darkness when, friend, you don't have to. Absolutely. Miss Rivera became family in August. She always been a part of the Fearless Morning Show, but she met me in there. Joshua. So many people showed up in Tampa in August. We had the most amazing time. The most amazing time. I wish you were there. So on this great day, I gotta go, y'all. But I just wanted to talk about, because we're on the journey to hope and healing, because we're finishing up what we started in Tampa. We did thoughts for a week and a half, maybe 2. We did emotions for a week and a half. Please go back and watch those shows. Okay. If you go to my Facebook page and you go to videos, all the shows are there. And we go listen to my equation about emotions. Okay. And now we're on the reality part of this journey of hope and healing. We did the thoughts, we did the emotions. Now we're on the reality. We got one more step after that. So on this great day, as we're going to be peaceful, period, because there's absolutely nothing after that. It's going to be the most amazing day. Set your day now. I don't care if you're already at work. I don't care if you're already dressed out the door. You halfway done with your day. You work third shift. You about to call it. I don't care. Set the tone for your morning right now. When I wake up in the morning, y'all know I play a couple of songs. Well, if I don't play the song, I'm always going to listen to a meditation. And the meditation say, everything is always working out for me. This is a good day. Everything is working out for me. Today is a good day. Today is a good day for me to acknowledge the energy that I can change the world around me. Today is a good day. Everything is always working out for me. Those are the words that I hear in the first thing in the morning. First thing in the morning. Everything is always working out for me. And then if I'm in the mood, the second thing I'm going to hear is, when I wake up half naked, I feel like I'm the shit. I love that song. Y'all need to listen to it. It is a beautiful song. And that gets my day and my morning started. Set the tone for your day as you get up. Let go of that false solid today. It no longer serves you. It's not your friend. They're not your friend. You deserve more, and it is there. It is available to you. So please make sure you share the show, because sharing is caring. If your friends and family don't have Facebook, send them over to the YouTube channel. They can binge watch all the Fearless Morning shows over there and subscribe. Don't forget, if you simply Google the Live Past Crazy show, all the podcasts are going to come up. All the Fearless Morning shows are going to come up on YouTube. The magazine articles, all my interviews, everything, the books, we have 7 of them. The movie's going to come up. So I promise, if you Google the Only Live Past Crazy Specialist, you can Google my name, or you can do the Live Past Crazy show, or the Fearless Morning Show. We're going to pop up. How about that? So on this great day, have a good day. If you share the show, please tag me so I can properly tell you thank you. And I appreciate you guys hanging out with me this morning. And I'll see you here bright and early tomorrow morning. Have a good one.